So I did a thing. What's up, guys? Welcome to That Creative Life. It's me, James Mathis, and today we're going to talk about this behemoth, this massive lens. It is a 70-200L lens. It's the f4 non-IS version, and I know what you're thinking. Why? Why would you get a non-IS telephoto lens that's f4? That makes no sense. Why would you do that? Well, this lens is quite affordable, and so if you're on a budget and you have a full frame camera and you need a good telephoto lens, right here you go. I know you're thinking, but if it's f4, you're basically going to be stuck shooting outside, and that's not entirely true if you're on a full frame camera. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why this is my new favorite lens. Holy crap. The photos I have gotten from it are astounding, and I'm going to let you take a look at them now. And as you can see, the photo quality is unbelievable. It's sharp. Everything looks great. I mean, that is just a killer lens. And if you're shooting a full frame, ISO becomes less of an issue. And so with my 6D Mark II, I feel comfortable shooting up to 6400. Occasionally, I'll even dive all the way up to 12,800. As long as you're shooting raw, then you can go into Lightroom and then use luminance denoise, and there you go, you're set. And so why did I get this lens? And so there are going to be three big reasons why I got this lens, and we're going to talk about it. Number one is I didn't have a telephoto lens. The longest thing I had was 85 millimeters, and there was a lot of shots that I wanted to get that I couldn't because I didn't have anything longer. And so this being as affordable as it was, and I didn't even pay for it, I traded for it, which is a whole different thing, but it made it a lot easier to get my hands on this, and you can get these on Amazon for like $500, which is a heck of a lot cheaper than just about any other L lens you're going to be looking at. And so that's the first reason. It's just great. So number two is the sharpness. If you look at the sharpness of this lens, it is insane how sharp it is, and it's f4, which I know you're probably thinking you can't get a whole lot of compression at f4, can you? Well, let's throw up a picture that I took today, and it kind of looks like it was shot on a prime, so let's throw it up there now. As you can see, when you're at 200 millimeters, you can completely blow out the background, just like if it was a 1.8, and it's fantastic for that because this can be a portrait lens, and because it's so versatile, you can zoom in and out and get the exact framing that you want. I'm used to using prime, so zoom lenses are a very nice change of pace for me. And so number two is that, I mean, pretty self-explanatory. And last but not least, number three, the reason why I wanted this is I have a lot of jobs that I needed a longer lens for, and I'm sorry, I don't have $1,500 to blow on a 70-200 2.8 IS, blah blah blah. It can make you a cup of coffee. I can't afford that. I'm a working photographer. I have a day job. I have another day job. I have several ways that I try to make a living, and so I can't go blow $1,500 on a lens like a lot of people can. And so this is an excellent choice if you're on a tight budget. And the autofocus for photos is super fast, and everything on this lens is fantastic as far as that goes. And as far as the video goes, I haven't actually tried it out for video because it's not IS, and you basically have to have it set up on a tripod or on a gimbal. But that's coming, so don't you worry. It will happen at some point. I will have it on 200 and I will have it on my gimbal, and we'll do some awesome shots and see how it looks like that. But I just wanted to make this video saying how amazing this lens is. If you're on a budget and you have a full frame camera, get it. I'm telling you, you will thank me for it. As long as you can keep that shutter at, what? Do you know? This is something that I had to learn because I've not shot telephoto before. You have to keep it at least 1/200th of a second if you're shooting at 200 millimeters. You never want to go below what your focal length is, because that's when you get handshake. And Lord knows I'm a shaky individual. It's just how I am. So if you do get a long zoom, or if you've been struggling with your long zoom, that is one little piece of advice I can throw your way, because I didn't know that. Nobody told me that. So trying to shoot 1/50th of a second and everything's like super blurry, and I finally figured out why. So the Canon f4, ooh, got a bug in my nose, f4 70-200 non-IS L lens is fantastic if you are on a budget, you need a telephoto lens, and you're shooting on full frame. Why do I keep saying full frame? Because if you put this on a crop sensor, you got times everything by 1.6, and then 70 is already pretty telephoto. Granted, you can have more reach if you're on 200 because you times that by 1.6, but the issue comes in with the ISO, and because it is f4, you do have to run your ISO a little bit hotter than you normally would. So it doesn't really work as a crop sensor lens. But if you're on full frame, get it, and it's got the lens hood, and so then, you know, when you're out taking photos, you actually look like you're a professional because you got one of the big long white lenses with the red ring, which is what everybody wants now, ain't it? I mean, come on now, that just, it looks like you know what you're doing. And not gonna lie, appearances are a big thing for photographers, and so yeah, I like having that because it makes me look legit. So when I photograph the autism walk coming up November 10th, and don't worry, there will be video of that. That's going to be the lens I'm going to use 9 times out of 10. And then when I need the wide angle view, I'll just throw on the wide angle lens and I'm good to go. I mean, it's really just kind of the perfect setup. You have a wide angle, you have a telephoto, there you go. I still have all my primes, but honestly, since I've got this thing, I've not really touched them because that thing's amazing. Other than, of course, right now, because I always shoot these studio videos with the Canon 50 1.8, the little nifty 50. It's just a baller lens on a budget, and because I'm poor, I like things on a budget. So I love you guys. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for showing me so much love on the last video. Y'all have killed it. 108 views in less than 48 hours. Come on now, that's crazy for me. That's, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. But thank you. If you like this video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Have you tried this lens? Do you hate this lens? Do you love this lens? Let me know. I'm kind of curious to see what your thoughts are. And if you're not subscribed, you totally should, because you're gonna miss out on awesome videos coming up. Come on now. I love you guys. Don't forget to live that creative life. I'll see you next time. Bye. Sacrifice all I